Hello, my name is Len Williamson. Welcome to an oral presentation of Being Alive. All photographs in this presentation are taken by me unless reference is made to another source. Through photography and psychology, I propose to explore the idea of being alive. In this presentation, I want to tell you about me, my current practice, and ideas on how to explore being alive, the resources I plan to call on to support my work, and the expected deliverables from this project. Photography is like an itch I need to scratch. I returned to it 2 years ago as a serious interest after a 20-year absence. 3 years ago, I noticed I could not stop taking photographs with my iPhone and decided it was time to have another go. In my current practice, I go to places that appeal to me and try to capture in a photograph something that pleases me and hopefully others. My camera has become my companion. I'm attracted to compositions of light and shapes. My photography currently presents a realistic representation of scenes. In doing so, though, I am also seeking to get across a mood of the moment. I try to capture a particular moment. A photograph of this location at most times of the day is dull and flat. I try to find the moment when the contrasts of light and shade come together to create an emotional response. My own emotional response is an indicator of when to press my shutter. To learn and improve, I joined the Royal Photographic Society and actively participated in the landscape and documentary groups. An article I wrote with photographs about my visit to Tuscany in 2018 was published in the winter edition 2018 of the RPS Landscape magazine. I'm trying out a full range of photographic techniques in the search for my own signature style. I like the simplicity and minimalism of this long exposure shot. This image captures something about being alive for me. A lady in a red scarf taking a selfie, while all behind her are interested in something else. At the front of the image, a couple of figures appear to be deep in their own thoughts, and another couple connecting with something else in the distance. Can a shift from realism to a more ambiguous representation explain more of what I want to say as a photographer? I took these two images of Falmouth Pier on a recent visit at roughly the same time. The second image is a closer-up perspective with a little intentional movement of the light in the puddle in the foreground of the first image. Like our own experience of being alive, the second image is harder to make sense of. The gestalt in the first is quick and easy. In the second, it challenges us. Abstraction interests me. The colour combinations here are harmonious and strident. The image is filled with energy. I could add a title like Waterside, Falmouth Pier to assist the anchoring bias of the viewer. This shot was taken 2 feet away from the shot in the previous images. However, there's something attractive to leaving it without a title to let the viewer decide what it is for them. As I develop my practice, I want to keep and improve what I can say with realism. But at the same time, I want to explore other forms of representation that express the ambiguity and complexity we experience as we live life. I've shown you some of my work and where I am on my journey. Over 2008 to 2010, I studied Gestalt psychology with the Cleveland Gestalt Institute on their international program. I also completed a master's in psychology at UCL focusing on cognition and decision processes. Both gave me a fascination with what is going on in any moment and how we think and make decisions as human beings. I want to bring these ideas together and explore them with my camera. One of the Bibles from my learning in Gestalt was Gestalt Therapy, Excitement and Growth in the Human Personality by Pearls, Hefferlein and Goodman. I want to use the 18 perspectives on human experience given in this book as a way of capturing the idea of being alive. Gestalt is all about fully experiencing everything about the moment you are in to mobilize growth and development of the self. I want to show through a body of photographic work what it means to be alive. I propose to use the 18 perspectives given here to inspire imagery to explain. Let me illustrate. The book gives instructions for each of the perspectives on experience. Here are the instructions for the first one, feeling the actual. Try for a few minutes to make up sentences stating what you are at this moment aware of. Begin each sentence with the words now, or at this moment, or here and now. In my project, I will create imagery to represent this experience. What might this mean? Feeling the actual is about being aware of here and now. The here in this and the following four images is spatially exactly the same place. This was a now. 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 And now. Each image is the same here, but each has a different now. This set of images could be one way of letting viewers experience the riddle and mystery of being in the here and now. The project brings my interest in the psychology of what it means to be alive with my passion, together with my passion for photography. I can see an approach gathering imagery of people being alive and mapping it to each of the perspectives. Equally, I can take a perspective out with me and seek to capture it with my camera when I see it. I expect to be stretched in both my looking and in the techniques and methods I use to capture appropriate imagery. I plan to create a social media presence of being alive through photography. The intent is to create a community to engage with the body of work. I believe this will be a way of gathering inputs and perspectives. It could also lead to some collaborative effort. For help, I've gone to photographers who have had an impact on me over the past 2 years. Diane Arbus' images make me keep looking. Dorothea Lange immediately brings Steinbeck to mind. You don't need to put hunger or despair below this image to explain what it is about. Noel Clegg's representation of solitude is such a strong idea. The tree is all alone but is strong, upright, and reaching out to the world around it. Rohan Riley's spirit similarly uses minimalist representation to turn my mind to the vastness of the universe around us and our solitude within it. The double exposure approach used here by Mohammad Farayed expresses well the complexity that is present in any moment of existence. There are competing shapes, ideas, and chains of thought interleaved in our minds within our stream of consciousness at all times. I've chosen a selection of reading that express opinions on photography as a subject. These are Sontag Barthes and Elkins. I have also included Heath and Lang for their ideas on solitude and being alone. Heath does this in photographs, and Lang does it discussing the relationship of an artist's work to his or herself. The project deliverables will be a body of work in photographs and other media expressing the ideas of being alive through photography. A social media presence of being alive through photography, engaging with a community contributing to the body of work. A publication and an exhibition. It is early days and I have to trust that the idea for the project plus the stimulation of material and people of the Master's Programme will take me to interesting places. I'm confident this will happen and I'm hungry to get into action. I want to thank you for giving me your time and to say goodbye.